Thank you, Senator Marshall. Those are some pretty good ideas, and thank you all for attending this. We are 17 days past an assassination attempt of President Trump. It took the life of an American hero and grievously wounded 2 others. And there's basic information that we still don't know. Information that we quite honestly should have known within hours, certainly within days, and yet we're 17 days out. And I largely chalk that up to just what has happened inside federal government agencies, where the agencies do not believe they're accountable to the American public. They certainly don't believe they're accountable to Congress. I mean, we are learning more from local law enforcement. Quite honestly, what we know about what happened on July 13th primarily comes from local law enforcement. My staff immediately reached out to local, state, and federal officials. Federal officials just gave us the big middle finger. Local law enforcement, they'll start talking to us. They provide us information. I published my initial findings in a couple days, hoping to prompt other agencies to start providing information they had, hopefully also to attract whistleblowers. And we need more whistleblowers. We need people inside the agencies who are willing to talk to us, tell the American people what's really happening. But the initial findings pretty well laid out what the problems were here. First of all, the Secret Service did not attend a 9 o'clock briefing on the morning of the event. Now, in testimony today, Acting Director Rowe didn't answer my question forthrightly. He did talk about something about Secret Service talking to the snipers, but again, I asked him, because his testimony said they did attend that briefing. I don't believe they did, but we didn't get that answer. But that's a big problem. When you have Secret Service in charge of the actual security of the event, if they're not attending the briefing at the morning where people are giving their final marching orders, their assigned tasks, that's a huge problem. Second thing we found out is all the communication was siloed, and that was a big theme at today's hearing. The interoperability of communications, which honestly is a challenge. I don't want to underplay that fact, but the fact of the matter is when you had at 5:45, we just found this out last Friday when committee staff went to Butler and talked to local law enforcement again. We found out at 5:45 a Secret Service sniper did receive a text with the picture of Crooks, of the assassin, and his location. So there was literally 26 minutes before the shot was fired that a Secret Service sniper did know. So even though there wasn't interoperability of communication in terms of radios, when, as soon as they saw somebody with a rifle, that the Secret Service was aware of that, 26 minutes beforehand, Secret Service sniper knew there was a person of suspicion. They had a picture of him, and they had 26 minutes to be scanning continuously the AGR building. And, of course, we don't know whether they did or didn't. Why didn't they notice the shooter that did have concealment on that roof? But, again, there's so many unanswered questions, and they shouldn't be unanswered. So, again, I agree. We need an independent investigation. What I'm primarily pushing for, and we do have a bipartisan investigation with Senator Peters, Blumenthal, Senator Paul, and myself, Homeland Security. We may have to compel testimony, but the first things we have to do is we have to have transcribed interviews of all the Secret Service personnel at the site, people involved in the planning. This is just table stakes, and we need those interviews fast. We need them now because memories fade. Memories can be influenced. So, again, that was the big push, and I did appreciate both Senators Blumenthal and Peters made that point at the hearing today. In fact, Senator Peters closed out the hearing asking Acting Director Rowe, when will he make those 13 individuals that we requested interviews with available? And he said days, not weeks. So we need to hold him to that. So, again, Senator Marshall, you have some good ideas here, and thank you all for attending.
Thanks, Ron John. Senator Marshall Black.